Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to another Ancient Empires faction overview. Today, we are back in Iberia with the Cantabri. Cantabrians, essentially, they are just another Iberian faction. They are, from what I read, super quick, kind of the northern part of Spain. So you will see kind of many similarities to the other Iberian factions, but we're going to go ahead and dive right into them. I think they look really cool, personally, and I'm excited to see them on the battlefield. Cantabrian Noble Cav is your only option for generals. Now this dude has a charge rating of 8, melee offense of 10, defense of 30, armor rating at 7, and a morale at 12. This is going to be a very good Noble Cav general. He scares everyone and it's immune to fear, so that always helps. He has a ranged attack, which actually I haven't ever looked at, and I don't know if it's different across the board, but look what the standard shot does. For the Iberian Javelins, 30 seconds of minus 40% charge rating, minus 2 shield defense, minus 1 morale, and minus 20% speed. So that's actually a really, really intense kind of javelin attack there. So if you could throw them before someone's about to charge, it really just kind of debuffs them hardcore and really gives you a pretty good advantage. So I've never really noticed that before. That's another thing I'm going to start paying attention to. It's something I noticed while I was just fiddling around right before I started recording. For Spear Infantry, we have a Cantabrian Spearmen, Tier 1 light spears, charge rating of 3, offense of 8, defense of 13, armor rating at 5, and a morale of 8. These guys have very good stamina. They're going to be running around the battlefield no problem. Again, they have that standard shot and can hide in forests. Next up, we have the Cantabrian Noble Spears. Now, the only real super good buff here is that their morale jumps hugely. I mean, by a good almost 50%, I would say. So yeah, morale at 12. They do have a slightly better melee defense. Not only that, they inspire their allies, and they can hide in forests, and they do scare everyone, as well as they are immune to fear. And then last but not least, you have Cantabrian Devoted Spears, which are just buffed Noble Spears. They do have a little bit less morale, but they do have a large increase in armor rating, capped out at 5 per. They are resistant to fatigue, which is an interesting thing for a Tier 3 Heavy Spear Infantry. It means they will reduce fatigue less often. I mean, it doesn't take it takes a lot more to get them fatigued than anything else. And they, of course, have Expert Charge Defense, Iberian Javelins, and decent stamina. Down to the melee infantry, we have Cantabrian Swordsmen. They have very good stamina. They have the standard shot. Now, they're going to be almost the same, I feel. I mean, just with some minor differences. For instance, the difference between the Noble Spears and the Noble Swordsman is that the Noble Swordsman has all of the same stats except for a huge increase in melee offense. So I would almost rather just choose the Noble Swordsman over the Noble Spears because they're the same troop, but with a higher melee offense. And then the difference between Devoted Spears and Devoted Swordsmen, there's a little bit of difference with these guys. This guy has a higher melee offense, and this has very slightly less melee defense. But again, same stats. So honestly, I would rather go with Swordsmen than Spearmen, but we're going to mess around with both just so it'll look really pretty. For Skirmishers, we have Cantabrian Tribal Levies. Ammunition of 4, ranged offense of 8, missile range of 70, charge rating of 1, offense of 5, defense of 10, armor rating at 5, and morale at 5. Very standard light skirmish stats there, basically. Standard shot, they can climb fast. I mean, we've seen this. They ignore terrain. We've seen it all before. What really is interesting is these Cantabrian Mountaineers. These guys are pretty cool. I like them a lot, just from what I've seen, and I'll show you why. Charge rating of 3, which is a good increase over their tribal levies. They have a melee offense of 8, which is a good increase. Melee defense of 10. Armor rating is 7 and a morale of 8. These are almost equal. I guess they're almost equal to the Cantabrian Swordsman. Did I miss the Swordsman? Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. What's really good is they have good stamina, they have your standard shot, they have campaign stealth. We've seen this a lot with the Iberians. They can move around the campaign map without being seen. Now, that being said, I don't know if that applies, if they were individual, like say Rome 1 or how Napoleon does it, where you can move individual units, I could see how that would be an advantage. I don't know how it will work when you have a captain and or a general. So just keep that in mind. If you can have generals that also have stealth, amazing. absolutely amazing tool to use. Good scouting, troops, etc., etc. They have guerrilla deployment, which means they can deploy outside the deployment zone. They can hide in grass. They can hide in scrub and forest. They ignore terrain. They can snipe, which means they can remain hidden while they are firing. So they are tier 2 skirmishers that you won't see even when they're firing. It'll be interesting to see at what point they do get seen. And then, of course, they can stalk. This unit can move hidden in any terrain. A very, very important unit. I failed using stealth units the last battle. I'm going to use it again, and we're going to see if I can do it any better. Now to Cantabrian Noble Cav. These are our melee cav troops. Charge rating of 8, offense of 10, defense of 13, armor of 7, and a morale of 12. Great units. Just good, solid units overall. They are, of course, the same as the general units. And then skirmishers. Cantabrian Calves. This is tier 1 light skirmisher. Ammunition is 6, ranged offense of 11, missile range of 70, charge rating is 6, offense of 12, defense of 10, armor rating of 5, and morale at 11. Why is this such a good unit to use? Look at this. The Noble Cav have an offense of 10, a defense of 13. The skirmishers, offense of 12, defense of 10. And I know that, so you're getting a higher melee offense with a little bit less defense. Armor rating is, of course, going to suffer, and their morale isn't as great, but it's only at 11 versus 12 for the Noble Cav. Not to mention, these guys have very good stamina. They have that standard shot. They're resistant to fatigue. They can fire while moving with Parthian shot. These skirmisher calves are almost on par in many regards to the Cantabrian Noble Cav. So that's really interesting. We have a really good opportunity to have a unique force here. So you guys know the drill. I'll see you on the battlefield. Hello everybody and welcome to the battlefield. We are in central Iberia. So this is a nice little hilly map I got going on. I really like it. Today we are playing against the Ilicavones. So they are another Iberian faction. Let's go ahead and break down our unit compositions and then we'll get straight into the battle. First up, I have my Cantabrian Mountaineers. These guys are really, really awesome. I really like them. I hope I can pull off kind of a successful ambush because, again, they're hidden right now. They're in plain view and they're hidden. I really like that. It's a really cool thing to use. Zoom up on them again real quick. What's up, guys? What's going on? What about my little GM mod? Nope, that doesn't really add any epicness to it. Just makes it where I can't see their faces. Definitely have that that barbaric kind of influence to them. They definitely look, I won't say they look Spanish, but you can tell they're kind of that kind of a faction, just with some barbarian influences there for sure. Now, over to my front line. My front line consists of Cantabrian swordsmen. These are our tier 1 swordsmen. Not very heavily armored at all. I don't even know what those shields are made out of, but they still look pretty cool. They have a good, not a good charge rating. They have good offense and defensive, melee and offense and melee defense. And again, see that kind of, I see the influence there. But yeah, and they also have a ranged unit. You can tell from those little pointy sticks that they have. That's right, I said pointy sticks. Behind them we have Cantabrian devoted swordsmen, hoping that we can charge with these guys. If they rout, these guys can plug that hole up immediately. They are a little more heavily armored. Definitely look a little more Celtic, a little more, just have that Gaulish influence on them for sure. Very well done, very well done. Behind them we have our Cantabrian Noble Cav, which look pretty much just like all of our other troops, including with shield designs and all. They do look a little more fierce, probably because they're just on their horses. I don't know if that's the general. No, it's not, because there's another dude right there. That dude looks legit. And then just the detail on these guys. The different shields looks really good. I guess these guys all pretty much have the same shield. These guys don't. There we go. There's some variation in here. All is well and good. Over here on my right flank, I have 4 units of Cantabrian Noble Swordsmen. Very, very nice. I like these dudes. And the little wooden wool boots. Behind them, obviously, another unit set of Cantabrian Noble Swordsmen. Over here, we have Cantabrian Devoted Swordsmen. These look really, really cool. I just like spears. And then, of course, they have the boar. That's probably like their little legion sigil. Very, very nice. I have 4 units of those to kind of create a double stack to really hold the line. And then we have some Cantabrian Noble Cav again. Take a look at them. Very, very nice. And then last but not least, we have our Cantabrian Calves. These are our Skirmisher Calves. They don't look that fierce, but they are definitely pretty fierce, even with their small shields. So yeah, that's about it. We are man for man with this battle. We have 3,960 against 3,960, so it should be a pretty even fight. They do have some good units on that side. Be interesting to see how this all goes. Moving them up. Bunching those guys together. I'm also wondering at what point these guys get seen. Let's go ahead and move back here. And as you can see, the AI is trying to figure out what I'm doing, and they're trying to react appropriately. This is how it's supposed to go. Hopefully they don't just charge right into me like they always do, but are a little more strategic about it this time. Move that way. Oh, hidden units have been discovered. Come on, guys. Throw them. Throw them. Please. Please. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Not quite massacre. Yeah, those guys are going to get wrecked. Come on, this is your chance. Didn't quite use them again. It just takes so long for them to throw. Come on, take them out. Okay, so it looks like another failed ambush. I didn't expect them to get caught so quick. Oh well. Yep, all those guys got wrecked. Awesome. I suck at ambushes. Go. Charge, charge. Go over there. You get over there. Yeah, those guys are dead. Hands down dead. Get wrecked by those Scutari Cav. Go over here. Okay, now we're about to hit those guys, do some cross shooting here, and then we're actually just going to move up. Let's go ahead and do it right there. We got plugs going in here. Let's just get them right there, behind there. Let's collapse on those guys. Drop down. Let's drop a morale debuff there. Go after those guys. Go there. The men are broken. That's never good. Let's go ahead and shove our way through here. We got those guys. Looks like our Cantabrian swordsmen just didn't hold up in battle quite well enough. Let's go ahead and plug that hole. Let's get here. Let's go ahead and plug into the back of them. Chase those guys down. Here we go. Those noble spears. Break those two guys down over there. Come on. Sweet, we routed those guys. Turn right around. Turn into them. Come around to the backside. How are these guys still holding out? None of the other troops held out, but these dudes are. It's like, what the crap's going on? Go ahead and hit those guys. Winning over there. There we go. They finally routed. That's what I thought. These guys are going up. Here we go. Still not completely confident in a slowdown. But as soon as they... Look at that. They're just wrecking them. You know what? They've still got another round to throw, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, they don't. Okay. Well, that's fine. Do this. Ah! There you go. There's that pushback that you see, that shoving into the troops. It's very nice. You'll see it here, probably, if people turn around. Maybe not so much. We got guys coming around here, so let's go ahead and bring our swordsman over here. Or not our swordsman, our spearmen. Let's go ahead and hit that play button. These guys will save the day. So we're going to rout those dudes super quick. I'm going to plunge into these guys. Charge up, form up first. We're doing good. We're doing really good. These guys are 1v1ing each other. What's going on here? It's like, come on, guys. Get some work done. There we go. Collapsed unit there. Let's get this charge in. A lot of death going on there. Come on, actually do something. And if that wasn't enough, get that morale debuff. Get after those horses, please. That would be fantastic. What about over here? Finally! Hit those guys in the back. Hit those guys in the back. Let's hit this general in the back. That's what we need to do. Collapse. Collapse. They've been routed. Those devoted spears have routed. Come on. Don't rout on me now, guys. There we go. There we go. Let's get that general to rout. Look at that. Go over here. Awesome. Those two guys lined up. You get lined up. Let's get those. These guys are still fighting hard, man. I mean, that adds a good sense of realism to it. I guess you can't see that. I thought you could. I'll have to readjust it. That was the GEM mod that I put over there. But, I don't know. I'm not super crazy about the GEM mod. I don't know. That's just me. Go here. Go here. We got this. Totally got this. Hit those guys in the back. Hit those guys in the back. Everyone charging at you. Your noble spears aren't going to last long at all. Morale's at -13. Yeah, that'll cause an insta-rout. Very nice. And that dude's going to rout. That's the end of the battle. Very nice. Decisive victory indeed. So we did a pretty good job. We lost about 1/4 of our men. a little over 4th, I guess you could say. But overall, did very, very well. These guys didn't do so well, but that's only because I failed at using them. Shouldn't have engaged them as quickly as I did, but they still did really good. And even these guys, these Scutari Cav did very well in their team. So congratulations, Ilikavonas, you just couldn't do it quite well enough. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the Cantabrians, the Cantabri faction. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. This is Havoc, and I am out of here. Peace!